Imagine driving down a lonely highway and suddenly seeing three giant billboards accusing the police of failing to solve a brutal murder. That shocking image is exactly what starts the story of Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, a film directed by Martin McDonagh. But here's the strange part. The most powerful moment in the film, Those Three Billboards, was not originally meant to be a movie at all. It came from a disturbing real-life image that haunted the director for more than 20 years. And once you know the truth behind it, the entire film feels even darker. The film takes place in the quiet, fictional town of Ebbing, Missouri. At the center of the story is Mildred Hayes, played by Frances McDormand. Months earlier, her teenage daughter, Angela, was brutally raped and murdered. The police investigation stalls. No suspects, no progress, no justice. While driving on a deserted road, Mildred notices three abandoned billboards, and she makes a decision that shocks the entire town. She rents them. On the first billboard, she writes, "Raped while dying." On the second, "And still no arrests?" And on the third, "How come Chief Willoughby?" The message publicly accuses the respected police chief, Bill Willoughby, played by Woody Harrelson. Suddenly, the entire town turns against Mildred. People see her as cruel and heartless because the chief is secretly dying of cancer. Meanwhile, another officer, the violent and racist Jason Dixon, played by Sam Rockwell, becomes obsessed with destroying her campaign. The town erupts into chaos. Billboards are burned, people are beaten, hatred spreads everywhere. But the real mystery isn't just the murder, it's the emotional war between grief, revenge, and justice. Because in this story, nobody is purely good, and nobody is purely evil. Most viewers think this story came from a novel or a real murder case, but it didn't. The idea came from something far stranger. In the early 1990s, Martin McDonagh was traveling across the American South with his girlfriend. While driving through Texas, he saw something disturbing on the side of the road. Three billboards. They were old, rusty, and nearly falling apart, but the message on them was chilling. They accused the police of failing to solve a brutal murder. No explanation, no context, just anger. McDonagh never forgot that image. For years, he kept asking himself one question: what kind of pain would make someone do this? But here's another hidden fact. The town of Ebbing does not exist. The film was actually shot in Sylva, North Carolina, a quiet mountain town that perfectly matched the atmosphere of rural Missouri. Another little-known detail: the character of Mildred was written specifically for Frances McDormand. McDonagh once said he could not imagine anyone else playing her. But there's an even darker secret hidden in the script. Originally, the movie had a much more violent ending. Several characters were supposed to die. But McDonagh changed it because he realized the story wasn't about revenge. It was about the possibility of change. Before directing this film, Martin McDonagh was mainly known for dark, violent stories like In Bruges. His style mixes brutal violence with unexpected humor. But Three Billboards was different. McDonagh said the film was actually about anger, not just the anger of Mildred, but the anger that exists inside everyone. What makes the film powerful is how it slowly changes the characters. The most shocking transformation happens with Jason Dixon. At first, he is cruel, racist, and violent. But after a series of tragic events, something inside him breaks. Instead of becoming more hateful, he begins to search for redemption. McDonagh purposely refused to make the story simple. There are no heroes, no villains, only damaged people trying to survive their own pain. The ending of Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is one of the most mysterious endings in modern cinema. Mildred and Dixon believe they may have found the man responsible for Angela's murder, but they are not certain. so they decide to drive across the country together to possibly kill him. But during the drive, something strange happens. They start to question themselves. What if they're wrong? What if revenge changes nothing? The film ends before we know what they decide, and that was intentional. Because according to Martin McDonagh, the real question of the movie was never who killed Angela. The real question was, can anger ever truly bring justice, or does it only create more pain? Pinned comment idea. Did Mildred and Dixon actually kill the man, or did they finally choose justice over revenge? Tell me your theory below.